Oh, look at this. This is gonna work. I have a good feeling that this is gonna work. Well, here we go. Let's try this. Wonder when the last time this thing was past fuel. You gonna pass fuel, senor? Okay, so this is one of the lanterns that came from the $1 fine that my wife got. This 286. Now there were no globes, right? Okay, so come on, you get in there. So I have a number 4 Colex. It's got a bit of a crack in it, but excuse me. Yeah. There you go. I'm wondering if this is one of those things that won't shut off when you tell it to, because that's what happens when the Schrader valves go bad. They won't shut off when you tell them to. And that's typically the reason why they get discarded, because people don't know how to fix them, right? So it's pretty bright though. Hey, let's see what happens. Oh boy. Very nice though. Looks like it's working quite well. I'm just going to give it a couple more pumps. I really dislike that pump design. That I like the cap with the clip, you know, or the screws. That plastic thing is just a waste of my money. No. Oh, well maybe, yeah. Actually, I think this one will shut off. I think this one will work. So. Here's what we got. We got a working lantern. We put a couple, whoa, that's freaking too hot to touch. Of course, I should have known better than that. We got a couple of lanterns here, like 288s, 286s, and I have a feeling they're going to be working lanterns. But even put the cheap mantle onto it, cheap mantles times 2, and we're going to let them fill out for a little bit. Let them. That's one of the things that these cheap mantles are real good at, right? You light them up and they don't look like they're much. And then just let them go for a little while. And they do tend to come to some sort of, I don't know, middle ground or something. But anyways, there's a 286 from 93. I think I said it was from 93. Or no, a 288. So the 286 is the single mantle in Canada, and the 288 is the double mantle. And I think they probably let those out. Like, I mean, by then, our manufacturing place, our place in Toronto was, I think, in '93 was closed by then, and we were importing all this stuff out of the States. So from Wichita. So if they were making these in Wichita, they may not have been exclusive to exportation from Wichita into Canada. There may be like a lot of these things hanging out in the States. I don't know. I don't see a lot of people talking about the 286s and the 288s. Now I've got like what? There's another 288. There's a 286. There's another. It could be anything. I think. Well, the collars will pretty much tell you what they are, right? So I haven't got right down to it yet. But I looked at this one and went, well, the fount is really nice. The pump seemed to do, when I pumped it, it passed air. And yeah. So it seemed to me like it would be reasonable to make it the first one on the list from the $1 find. So I don't know, would you pay $1 for that? It's more than $1 to put mantles on it, put fuel in it, for God's sakes. And we'll go with that, okay, boys and girls. I kind of love it. Like, it's just, it's a thing. It's like one of those things. Do tell, how do you feel about it? Like, leave a comment. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. I like talking to people. I do live streams sometime. It's completely unrelated. I'll play guitar. I'll talk about radios. I might even go for a walk out in the bush, or show around the property. Work on a motorcycle. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, those mantles are filling out good. I'm going to give that another pump. I'm going to go back inside. I'm probably going to let that burn until well after dark. Just to be sure we're not going to have any issues. But with a little bit of, my goody juice going through there. We talked about that in another video. So I'm just going to give you the profile, the formula. So the formula for what I call the goody juice or the cleaning juice is 1 part seafoam, 2 parts acetone, and whatever concentration of fuel you choose to be fit. I usually use 10. So 10 parts fuel, 1 part seafoam, 2 parts acetone. If that works out to fill the tank, then great for you. But the acetone, as I said, is a very evaporative and quite a volatile solvent. So if you have a problem with a generator, if you can get your generator to pass air, if air will pass through it, like with no fuel or whatever, you pump it up to turn it on, there's air going through there. If you introduce acetone into the fuel and you can get it to light, the acetone will actually clean the generator to the point where, because acetone eats carbon, literally eats it. It's unbelievable how fast acetone will eat carbon, or any carbon in the stream. Now, here we go with the cars again. I'm not 100% certain about how efficable acetone is in a vaporized form, because when the lantern has been operating and the raw fuel is being injected into the generator, of course, the moment the raw fuel hits the heated generator, it vaporizes before it goes into the airstream. So I don't know, but I know that the packing, the little paper tube in the spring, where the pricker rod goes up through inside the generator, I know that's at the beginning of the introduction of the fuel. So all I know is I've tried this before and I've had really good luck. If I could get the lantern to light, you run a tank of fuel with some acetone into it through there, And if you try and go again to try and take it apart, you're going to have a lot better luck getting it apart. That's all I can say to you. I've done it before. I'll do it again. I'll stand by my statement. Whether or not your results are the same is up to be decided. I don't know. There are a number of people who think that maybe not a good idea because of how, well, I don't want to spill acetone on my paint. Well, if you spill acetone on your paint, wipe it off. But look at that. At the very least, I've got a completely, perfectly running 288 out of a bunch of lanterns that cost $1 that my wife got on an auction. So that's kind of cool. Thanks, Lori. I mean, I had to put a globe on it, but like, you guys go online, go online and look how much a number 4 globe costs. Like, that's a number 4. I have like two more of those that I think I would be willing to buy globes for. I think they're about 22 bucks. And then you got shipping. You might even be able to buy 2 and get a reduction on the shipping cost. I don't know. But there you go. A 1993 Coleman 288 running with the crappy pink mantles from China, and they're not looking that bad. So I'm leaving this thing out here. I'm going to let it just run and run and run for a while, maybe until it runs out. But it does shut off, so I don't think the Schrader valve is taken a chowder and disappeared on us. But my bird's having a party in there. Yes, Chico. I know, buddy. We can't open the windows yet, okay, right? We got the air on. He's been with me for 23 years now. He's quite the pet. All right, guys. Take care, and thank you so much for joining in. Hope you have a good night.